Governor Bello Matawalle again urges the military to take fights to bandit doorsteps. Abductors demand 145 million ransom for 50 Zamfara wedding guests. Academic Staff Union of Universities to sanction non-compliant chapters. And business, national electricity grid crashes from 3,703 megawatts to 9 megawatts. Another international scene, challenge fails against United Kingdom's Rwanda asylum plan. And sports, Nigeria recorded biggest ever win, trashed Sao Tome and Principe 10-0. Hello, welcome to Standard Voice News Channel. I'm Fawzi Ibrahim. The governor of Zamfara State, Dr. Bello Muhammad Matawalle, has again urged the military and other security agents to intensify effort and ensure total clearance of all forms of banditry within Zamfara and the neighboring areas. The governor made this call in Sokoto while on his return from Abuja and wrote Zamfara after cutting off his official engagement to be in the state. Our correspondent, Rafia Menasara, has more.
The governor applauded the effort of the military men and the civilian joint task force for recovering over 500 rustle cultures and killing score of the bandits. The army captain leading the team said they were heeding the nearby local government area council in order to identify the owners through collaboration with the local authority. A spokesman of the civilian JTF commended Governor Matawalle for his tireless efforts to ensure security of lives and properties in his state, requesting that they need more support from government that will encourage them to gently force the battle and get the society rid of bandit and banditry. Rafi Ami Nasara reporting for SVTV News.
Abductors of Zamfara wedding guests are demanding the sum of 145 million naira ransom. The abductors have placed the sum of 5 million naira ransom on each of their victims and vow not to release them individually. Our correspondent Sumaya Dosa reports.
Over 40 wedding guests returning from a wedding party in Sokoto State were abducted Saturday evening in Dogon Awo, a community around Tireta bordering Sokoto and Zamfara states. The victims are mobile phone and accessories dealers in Bebeji Plaza in Gusau, the capital of Zamfara state. In an exclusive interview with the State Secretary of the Union of Communication in Zamfara, Nasiru Musa said 7 members of the union were rescued by members of the local vigilance group known as Ensakai on Sunday evening, 24 hours after abduction. On his part, the Chairman Union of Communication in Gusau local government area, Mustafa Khalifa, appealed to the families and relations of the victims to remain calm and intensify prayers. Sumaya Doso reporting for SBTV News.
The Katsina State chapter of the All Progressive Congress has threatened to change candidates' name even if their names were submitted to the INEC. The Deputy Director Chairman of the party, Alhaji Bala Abu Musawa, issued the threat while speaking at the function in Malumfashi town, Katsina State. Alhaji Musawa noted that henceforth, whoever attend a gathering where President Muhammadu Buhari or Governor Aminu Bello Masari were abused would be expelled from the party. He maintained that it would be better for the party to lose the election than attending such gatherings. A combined team of police and military operatives forwarded a mission by bandits on the Abuja-Kaduna highway on Monday. The team killed one of the bandits, recovered one AK-47 rifle and 9 other operational motorcycles. Police spokesman in Kaduna State, DSP Muhammad Jalege, confirmed the incident in a statement issued in Kaduna. He stated that the feat was another indication of successful and purposeful synergy between the police and the military in Kaduna State. Our correspondent Zainab Abdul Wasir reports.
DSP Muhammad said on Monday, June 13 at about 2:55 a.m., a team of police operation proved other and that of the Army's Operation Thunder Strike on routine patrol along the Kaduna-Abuja highway encountered the bandits at Sabon Sara. An exchange of gunfire ensued, as a result of which the friendly forces truncated the bandits' mission, forcing them to retreat into the forest as one bandit was neutralized. It said upon a search of the general area, an AK-47 rifle and 9 bandits' operational motorcycles were recovered. The police urged residents in the area to report people with suspected gunshot wound to security agency, as injured criminal elements will be hibernating around nearby communities to access healthcare service. Zainab Abdulwasiyu reporting for Standard Voice Television.
The governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, on Sunday paid a visit to Lugumani, a community in Gala local government area of the state that had been razed by terrorists. During the visit, the governor approved the construction of 500 resettlement houses in Lugumani to accommodate people displaced by terrorists in Borno State. Lugumani residents had been displaced as a result of the activities of Boko Haram insurgents for over 7 years. The governor, however, announced support for residents of Lugumani to enable them to rebuild their homes destroyed by insurgents. Governor Zulum further directed the State Rural Water Supply Agency to construct a new deep aquifer borehole that would address water needs of returning internally displaced persons. The governor at the visit interacted with residents of Lugumani who were taking refuge in Dukwa town and discussed modalities of returning them back to their ancestral homes. The Academic Staff Union of Universities has threatened to query universities that have failed to comply with its decisions to remain on strike while negotiations with the federal government continues. The union president, Professor Emmanuel Osodeke, said this in an interview with newsmen on Monday in Abuja. Our correspondent Amina Kabir Sarki reports.
It could be recalled that ASU had been on strike for the past 5 months to press home its demands. The striking lecturers' demand include funding of the revitalization of public universities, earned academic allowances, university transparency accountability solution and promotion areas. Others are the renegotiation of 2009 ASU federal government agreement and the inconsistency in integrated personnel payroll information system. Newsmen gathered that since the union embarked on strike, some of its members have pulled out of the ongoing strike to resume their academic activities. Amina Kabir Sarki reporting for SVTV News.
International Organization for Migration Nigeria has called on the federal government to uphold the internationally agreed laws on migration for the protection of human rights. The IOM Public Information Officer, Stelia Company, made the call in an interview with newsmen in Abuja. She said the protection of individuals is necessary considering the numbers of innocent people that died from irregular immigration. Mrs. Company said IOM was involved in educating various stakeholders through workshops and seminars on the dangers of the menace. According to her, this kind of forums are extremely important to bring different stakeholders together and inform them on the danger of irregular immigration. She said the stakeholders are also informed on options of safe and legal pathways. Mrs. Company said in spite of efforts to the federal government and the international organization in Nigeria, including IOM, the rate of irregular migration was increasing. And on business, figures obtained on Monday from the Nigerian Electricity System Operators, an arm of the federal government's power transmission company, showed that the international electricity grid actually crashed from a peak of 3,703 megawatt to as low as 9 megawatt on Sunday. Nigeria witnessed widespread blackout on Sunday after the national grid collapsed around 6:49 p.m. before engineers from the Transmission Company of Nigeria tried to ensure the recovery of the grid. Newsmen reported on Monday that Sunday's grid collapse was the 5th in 2022, a development that made many power distribution companies to shut down their various outgoing electricity feeders. Data sourced from the NESO on Monday in Abuja, which shows the performance of the national grid on Sunday, indicated that the peak generation on Sunday of 3,703 megawatts was recorded at 5 a.m., but this crashed to 9 megawatts at 7 p.m. on Sunday, according to the NESO, leading to the eventual collapse of the national grid. Although no official statement from TCN as per the grid collapse yet, it was gathered that the restoration reached an advanced stage on Monday as power generation rose to 2,744.6 megawatts around 6 a.m. on Monday. And on the international scene, UK campaigners on Monday failed in a last-grips bid to stop the government's forced flight of asylum seekers to Rwanda. As protesters mounted against the policy, 3 judges at the Court of Appeal in London rejected a challenge to a High Court ruling last Friday that the deportation would go ahead. Judge Rabender Singh, Inga Simla, and Jemri Swath-Smith dismissed claims the lower court judge should have waited to have a decision until a full hearing on the legality of the policy next month. The government has voted to push ahead with the removal of the migrants on a chartered flight on Tuesday from an undisclosed airport. 31 migrants had been due to be sent, but one of the claimants, the NGO Care for Kalias, tweeted that 21 of them had now had their ticket cancelled. Protesters gathered outside the Royal Court of Justice on Monday, and further demonstrations were expected outside Home Office. And on sports, Napoli striker Victor Osimhen recorded 4 goals as the Super Eagles whooped Sao Tome and Principe 10-0 in a 2023 African Cup of Nations qualifier on Monday to give Nigeria the biggest win in history. Osimhen opened the score sheet in the 9th minute of the tie before adding 1 minute in the 48th, 65th and 84th minute. This was his first hat-trick and whole for the senior team. Osimhen scored his first hat-trick for the Super Eagles in the game. Last week, Jose Pessoa's men beat Sierra Leone 2-1 in Abuja to open their 2023 AFCON qualifier account. The Super Eagles now top the Group A standing with 6 points, followed by Guinea-Bissau on 3, but with a game at hand. With 5 goals, Osimhen is now the top scorer in the qualification series for the competition built for next summer. Nigeria's next week game in the race for the biannual show is in September when they take on Guinea-Bissau. That has been the news from Standard Voice Television. During the news, a quick look at the major headlines. Governor Bello Matawalle again urges the military to take fights to bandit doorsteps. Abductors demand 145 million ransom for 50 Zamfara wedding guests. Academic staff union of universities to sanction non-compliant chapters. On business, national electricity grid crashes from 3,703 megawatts to 9 megawatts. Another international thing. Challenge fails against United Kingdom's Rwanda asylum plan. And in sports, Nigeria recorded biggest ever win, trashed Sao Tome and Principe 10-0. That's the news. Thanks for watching. I'm Fauzi Ibrahim. You have a nice day.